Long ago, in a quiet seaside village in Japan, there lived a young boy named Tado. He was cheerful, curious, and loved to ask questions. Tado lived with his grandfather, a quiet, wise man who had seen many seasons come and go. Their home stood alone, high on a hill overlooking the village. While most villagers lived near the sea, where they fished and farmed, Tado's grandfather insisted on staying up where the ground was solid and the air a little cooler. One summer morning, as the sun shone brightly and the sea lay calm, the village bustled with life. Children played in the sand. Fishermen hauled in their nets. And Tado, like always, was full of wonder.
Grandfather, where do the waves go when they reach the shore?
They return to the sea, my boy, always.
That morning, Grandfather stood silently, staring out at the ocean. His eyes narrowed. He had seen something strange. In the rhythm of the waves, suddenly he turned to Tado and gave a simple but urgent command: light the torches
Tado!
on the hill.
Run! Bring me a burning stick, now!
Tado was puzzled. It was broad daylight. Why light torches when the sun was high and bright? The villagers might laugh, they might not understand. And yet, despite his confusion, Tado obeyed. He lit one torch, then another, and another, until a line of fire blazed across the ridge of the hill, visible from every corner of the village. Down below, the villagers noticed the flames. Some pointed, others grew alarmed. Why would Tado set fire on the hill? Was there danger? Then moments they gathered their children, dropped their tools, and hurried up the hill to find out. And just as the last of them reached the top...
Who did this? Why burn our rice?
I did.
The sea vanished. Then, without warning, it came roaring back. In a great black wave, the waves swept through the village, crushing homes, trees, boats, everything. But not one life was lost, because of a boy who lit torches he didn't understand. Because of a boy who obeyed later, when the sea had calmed and only silence remained.
He saved us! The whole village is gone.
Tado looked at his grandfather. The old man nodded. He had seen signs in the sea, signs he remembered from long ago, when a wave like this had come before. That was why they lived on high ground. That's why he asked for the torches. That was why Tado's obedience saved them all. From that day on, the villagers rebuilt their homes, not by the sea, but on the hill together. And they remembered. Sometimes, true wisdom lies not in knowing why, but in knowing whom to trust. Obedience isn't always easiest, especially when we don't understand the reason behind it. But true obedience means trusting the one who asks, even when the path isn't clear, just like how we are called to obey God, even when we don't see. The whole picture? This story shows how listening and trusting can lead to something greater. In this Japanese folktale, a boy named Tado chooses to obey his grandfather, even when it seems strange. Because he did, something amazing happens. The story of Tado teaches us a valuable lesson: to obey the wise, even when we do not understand, can save more than just ourselves. This reminds us of how we are called to obey. God, sometimes He asks us to do things we don't fully understand, but He sees the bigger picture. Like Tado trusted his grandfather, we are called to trust God's wisdom. The Bible says in Proverbs 3-5, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." Our obedience to God can protect, guide, and even bless others, not just ourselves. Just as Jesus obeyed the Father to save the world, we too are called to obey in faith, not always with full understanding. Obedience shows our trust in God, and that trust can change lives.